Jubilee, Mr. Lloyd of Cardigan, and driven by Jim Jones from Lampeter. Following this is Jimmy Spencer, Mr. Williams of Airwood End, owner driven. You'll be trailing 20 yards, Jimmy Spencer, behind Saunders Jubilee. All right, John? Thank you. Now, Owen, you'll be trailing 10 yards again behind Jimmy Spencer. Mr. Lloyd of Kington, you are trailing 10 yards again, please. Thank you. Number 20, right, please. This square trotter, the property of Mr. of Bucknell. Just going down now, straight laced, ladies and gentlemen. Again, our old favourite here, Georgie Spencer, Mr. Bevan of Knighton, driven by young Lewis the Ware, Bucknell. They've been looking after this horse for Mr. Bevan pretty well. And now we have Leopard Penlan, just coming down, Mr. Rees of Lampeter. Just coming down, a very, very useful animal, this, ladies and gentlemen. You'll be trailing 10 yards behind Georgie, along with Sonny Jim. Thank you very much. Nice to see these boys going down smiling, because it doesn't matter. And now we have Sonny Jim going down, Mr. Richard of Brecon. You'll be off 7 along with Leopard Penlan. And the two back markers, Yanto, and the outside of Yanto is little fellow, Mr. Bevan of Biltwell. Trailing 10 yards again, please, and line abreast you two, behind Sonny Jim and Leopard Penlan. Thank you. Now, Moa Stewart's down to the start, please. Well then, Mr. Lewis, you'll be a good boy. All right, now get yourselves sorted out. It's very, very nice to see these boys all out in colours here, and to have 10 in this final, ladies and gentlemen. It's a really good show. Now get yourselves sorted out and come in. You're single file, all you front markers are single file. Just trailing 10 yards. Mr. Parry, there'll be a down count of 3 when that white flag goes up. Be careful not to be through your marks, you wicked boys here from Cardigan. Lovely. Three, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a little bit. And they're away, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Stuart. I think they were all very, very careful not to be through their marks, ladies and gentlemen. And it's Saunders Jubilee out in front. And it's Saunders Jubilee out in front. And then in second place we have Jimmy Spencer. And in third place, Checks. And the others very closely bunched, ladies and gentlemen. But it's Saunders Jubilee and Jimmy Spencer. And it's Saunders Jubilee from Jimmy Spencer from Checks. And then we have Georgie Spencer, and Sonny Jim, and Rocking Pick. And then we have, and just bringing up the rear now is Yanto. But it's still Saunders Jubilee. And it's Saunders Jubilee from Jimmy Spencer from Checks. And now when is Sonny Jim gone through into fourth place. And then in fifth place we have Georgie Spencer. And it's still Saunders Jubilee on the inside. And it's Saunders Jubilee from Jimmy Spencer from Checks. And these 3 is drawn away from their field. And it's Saunders Jubilee getting a gentleman reminder now. Pull Jimmy down, please. And Checks going up on the outside. And then we have Sonny Jim from Georgie Spencer, from Rocking Pick, and Yanto, and Little Fellow on the outside. And on the inside of Little Fellow is Straight Lace. But going up that back straight, it's Saunders Jubilee. And it's Saunders Jubilee from Checks from Jimmy Spencer. And then, put on eBay. And they're still going, ladies and gentlemen. I expect they'll have the bell this time. And it's still Saunders Jubilee. And it's Saunders Jubilee from Checks from Jimmy Spencer. And these are drawn away a little, ladies and gentlemen. And then we have Georgie Spencer, and Sonny Jim, and Rocking Pick, and Yanto. But it's still Saunders Jubilee. And it's Saunders Jubilee still. Quite a battle going on, and it's Saunders Jubilee still. And then we have Checks from Sonny Jim. Georgie Spencer right up there, ladies and gentlemen. Sonny Jim now been asked to move up in fourth place. But it's still Saunders Jubilee. And it's Saunders Jubilee from checks from Jimmy Spencer, with Sonny Jim in third place, Georgie Spencer in fourth, and the field taking much closer order. And then we have Rocking Pick, but it's still Saunders Jubilee. And it's Saunders Jubilee from Jimmy Spencer as they go round that top bend. And it's Saunders Jubilee from Jimmy Spencer. And then we have Georgie Spencer and Jimmy. But it's still Saunders Jubilee, ladies and gentlemen. And it's Saunders Jubilee still, with Jimmy Spencer coming to the tremendous run on the outside. But it's Saunders Jubilee from Jimmy Spencer, from Sonny Jim, from Rocking Pick. Take the way in the winner, number 16, Saunders Jubilee, the property, Mr. Lloyd of Cardigan. Second, 42, Jimmy Spencer, Mr. Williams of Ayerwood. And third, 39, Sonny Jim, Mr. Richard of Brecon. Kindly get weight, please. Well done, Rose. Saunders Jubilee, Mr. Lloyd of Cardigan. Driven by Mr. Jim Lewis of Lampeter, ladies and gentlemen. And Jim has been driving for a long, long time. He's had a lot of experience, ladies and gentlemen. I should think he's one of the oldest hands we've got driving. Best horse, let the best horse win. Very good. Waiting. Waiting, bookmakers, waiting. The winner, Saunders Jubilee, in the official time of 3, 6.5 for a mile and a quarter. The winner, Saunders Jubilee. A really good final, ladies and gentlemen.